Hi, it's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy, just carrying on our theme with the new level golf irons that I am reviewing. This is the second video I've done in the series, and we're now on to the 623 model. Okay, so new model out for new level golf, and it looks stunning. It looks really, really different, but really nice. So forged iron, and the background with new level golf is about making irons that are classic looking, forged, fantastic feel, but with that level of forgiveness that many golfers sort of require. So let's get this reviewed, stay tuned, and we'll look at this in a little bit more detail. So just before we jump into the video, appreciate you watching. Always, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, then please do so. Hit the bell icon to get notifications of any future videos. You'll be the very first ones to watch it as soon as they land on my channel. Also, hook up on social media, so I've got my Twitter handle, which is at MNGolfCoach, and then also my Instagram, which is also at MNGolfCoach. Okay, so we're now into the 623 model from New Level Golf. So again, 1020 carbon forged head, one piece. It's CNC milled for extra precision and consistency from iron to iron as they're producing them. It's more of like a bladey muscle back sort of finish on the back with this sort of tuning port in the centre, this like block behind the centre sweet spot there on the back of the head. Very much a tour inspired look, this one. So I've just done the 610 iron review. I'll put a little link up, you can go and check that one out. That was a little bit of a larger profile from heel to toe, maybe a little bit more offset there, and a thinner sort of sole. This now it's a slightly wider sole than maybe what you would associate with this type of iron. But again, that's not a bad thing, I don't think, for turf interaction, stabilising head, etc. coming through. So that doesn't worry me at all in terms of, I think a lot of golfers would look at that and say, oh, you know, if they're playing off like sort of links turf, they want that sole to be really, really thin. That doesn't really bother me too much, because I think with angle of attack in the area that you should be, the sole doesn't make a massive difference in my eyes. But yeah, look, put that down by the golf ball. This is now ticking a box for me. This is my sort of club. This is my sort of look. So sort of, you know, finished top edge there, very little offset, more of a sort of squat, compact sort of look. But New Level is sort of saying this is still a very forgiving iron across the club face. So let's get this first one hit. So again, we are 170 yards from the green, and we'll get this one hit. Yeah, and that feels really solid there. That's a lovely ball flight, lovely feel as we'd expect. And yeah, that is hitting the green pretty accurately there also, which is great. So yeah, it's a beautiful feel as you'd expect. Forged iron, you know, what can you say? You know, they just feel great, don't they? That look definitely does please my eye a little bit more, maybe than that previous 610 model. A little bit more squat on that compact head. Right, okay, let's get another one hit. That's a lovely high ball flight. So this is a 7-iron here, which is lofted at 33 degrees. So a little bit, 1 degree weaker than the 610 model. So a little bit more into maybe that, not that distance finding golf club, but maybe a golf club that's a little bit more under control. Having said that, 610, the spin numbers of that 610 model was fantastic in that review I did. So it'd be interesting to see where this 623 model sits in with that 1 extra degree of loft. So maybe expecting to see maybe a similar sort of spin number, but maybe not quite as much difference to that slight change in loft. Stunning. Very high towering ball flight. That's good. Yeah, a little bit longer there. Struck that one really nice, but again, stopping pretty quickly there. So feels great, looks to be forming very nicely there. Feels like I've got a lot of playability with this type of iron, I think maybe more than the other one, but I know I'm going to maybe just lose a little bit of forgiveness possibly, but I think I quite like that back of the look of there, you know, with those sort of horizontal lines going across. It's just a very different look. It's some very sharp square edges on that back, possibly prone to nicking. You always know forged irons will nick. I think it's character, I always think, in a forged iron when they sort of get that nick in there. But I think those very sharp edges just I think it shows up a little bit more maybe as a bit of a downfall possibly to this particular iron, but love the look of it, especially that satin sort of chrome finish on it. Looks a very nice finish. Okay, so we're going to hit one more with the 623 model, and then we're going to look at some numbers. It's slightly low in the face there. Definitely felt that a little bit more. Still flighted fine. Still hit a desirable distance there. I'm just not stopping quite as quick there. A bit lower in the face. Okay, right. Let's go look at some numbers with this particular iron. Loving the look of that. Forgiveness wise, I don't think it's quite as good as the 610 for obvious reasons. It is a different golf club, but they maybe just felt that a little bit more. So we'll go and look at some numbers in a little bit more detail then. Right, okay, let's look at some numbers on the 623. So, club head speed 95 there, ball speed 120. So I'm down a bit on my ball speed there. That first one was a bit of a killer. See, 113, didn't strike that one well. It hit the target fine, but didn't hit it well. I felt that. A little bit of a low heel strike. We'll just have a quick look at that strike first. Yeah, there you go. There's that strike, bit low in the heel, so bad strike, which has dropped off quite a bit of distance there on ball speed at only 113. So that's maybe where that club just isn't quite as forgiving as maybe that other model in 610, that first one I sort of reviewed. Now, spin numbers jumped around a little bit. Again, as I maybe moved strikes, spin numbers did jump around a little bit more for me there, averaging at 6.1, but you can see a couple dropping off at 5.6 and one up to 6.7. So maybe just dancing around a little bit more with the numbers as I've moved my strike. Carry number, you can see that first one at 158, so a big drop off there. There is a good 14 yard difference between the shortest and the longest in just those 4 shots there. Right, okay, so there's the 623 model reviewed. So for me, ticking a lot of boxes with the look, the profile of that, the offset, just minimal, top edge, squat, compact look, very much ticking a box. Forgiveness wise, just not quite as good. I mean, I've tested that there because I've hit a couple of miss hits into that low heel section there, and it's dropped off quite a bit. So, and it makes a little bit of sense. Obviously, that weighting is right behind the middle of the club, so maybe hit that toe, possibly seeing a little bit more drop-offs there, which I'm sort of seeing. So maybe not quite as consistent on your misses as you'd expect. When the club gets smaller, more compact, your strikes have got to get better. But all in all, it's a great looking golf club, great feeling golf club. It looks quality on its finish. So maybe definitely one for you to go and have a little look at. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I've got a couple more videos coming your way in the new level golf sort of family of irons that I'm reviewing. So stay tuned. There's links up here if they're already on the channel. So go and check those out. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Follow my social media platforms, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.